flew into New Jersey on Friday morning, staying at my good buddy Larry Weil and Mary Teresa Weil's house. Prospecting, meeting with people, and that's what we do, right? And went up to Bella Wurzberger's house yesterday. I want to talk about her for a minute before we bring on our new host, right? Which I'm really excited about. But here's a woman that 12 months ago started this business. 12 months ago. I had to hold her hand for the first 3 months. I asked her to borrow my belief. She probably almost quit 15 times in the first month, right? She was wobbling, and she goes, John, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that there's money to be made here. And I started laughing, right? Humbly laughing, not at her, but more to her train of thought. And I said, Bella, borrow my belief for 3 months. You'll be a happy camper. That's all I'm asking you to do. Borrow my belief, whatever I tell you, just do it, because I would never tell you to do something that wouldn't benefit you, because if it doesn't benefit you, it certainly won't benefit me.
Hurts and my knees hurt too.
Can you mute everybody out? Yes, thanks. And so, fast forward, Bella Wurzberger, a woman that almost quit, right? She almost packed up and left the ball field. She borrowed my belief, and we worked with her, Brendan and I, and the Kenny brothers, and Brad Tales, and Michael Falquist. This woman had a promotion for her team on a Sunday yesterday in upstate New York. Had 70 people there with myself, Ed Kenny, Brendan Kenny, Jim Kenny, Sadre Jambalaya. Michael Falquist spent the entire day at her house recognizing her team. So what did that do for her? She was the first person in this company. She hit partner level yesterday. And basically probably 11 months. Think about this, folks. People work a lifetime, going to work, giving their heart, giving their soul, making somebody else rich. She didn't start off quickly. She started off slow, but once she got going and put that in fifth gear, or as I like to say, it got that airplane at her elevation. This woman just did something in 11 months that people work 45 years to accomplish. And you need to see that. You need to hear what I'm saying, because that too could happen for you. Right? That you got to be a leader, right? What is a leader? A leader is a person that has a vehicle like we have that leads people in a positive direction. Folks, now is the time, right? This company is going to keep giving us more and more and more. And you know what, Julius? You got me fired up. I said, what moves me? What moves me? Well, wanting to help and reach other people, and I know it will never be everyone. That's what moves me every day I wake up. Who can I help today? How many people can I help today? And that's what leaders do. That's what we do. And we have the vehicle to move people from a stagnant place in their lives to a positive direction, feeling good about themselves. So, am I excited? Yeah, you can hear it, man. I'm excited. And I'm more excited that I have Kurt Coran going to be making partner. It's just the best feeling to me that I'm going to have the first two partners in this company. And it ain't about me. It's about me watching and celebrating other great people that want to run with this. And I think many of you on this Zoom will be there as well, whether or not it takes you another 8 months, 12 months. Once you get in that partner pool, you're locked into an annuity for life. It gives you that breath of fresh air, takes that stress out of your life, gives you a sense of achievement and accomplishment. And that's what makes every one of us feel good. So without any further ado, I call this man. I texted him last week. I said, "Hey, brother, can I call you the Magic Man? Like, I want to call you the Magic Man." He goes, "Yeah, I like that, Big John. I like that." So here's a guy that inspires me, that gets me more fired up because he too puts everyone before himself. And I said, who can be that fourth person? I got brother Julius, I got brother Kirk, and now I'd like to welcome everybody. A guy I think is one of the most special dudes I've ever met in my life because he just loves helping people and celebrating other people's success. So Milton, the Magic Man, Burt Jr., we welcome you, brother, to the foursome, man. That's what we are. Four hosts moving forward, leading people and leading this company. So Milton, we want to welcome you. And we're honored to have you as part of this group with Julius, Kirk, and myself. So you're here now, brother. Take it away.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for that warm welcome. I'm excited to be here, and you got me fired up, man. Shout out to Julius, Kirk, yourself, and all the leaders that are on here, and I'm excited, very, very excited. Can't even sleep because of all the promotions and everything that's happening. Congratulations to Bella. I see how hard she works, and I know she deserves it. And it's just time. It's just go time. And like I talked about on the call yesterday evening, if the promotions that the company just put out does not get anyone excited, I don't know what will. Because if anyone knows simple math, you know that the month of June has to be a month that you put your head down and you go to work. Because as I stated yesterday on the call, that in this month of June, if you put your head down and go to work, you can really, and again, we're not making any income claims because again, you're only going to get out what you put in. But if a person really understands this opportunity, they put their head down and go to work, you can easily earn someone's yearly income in a month. And I'm just excited. I'm honored to be here. Again, I thank you all for having me. And we're fired up. We're ready to go. So we're ready to really put our heads down, not just for the month of June, but for the rest of the year and moving forward, because this is one of the opportunities you cannot pass up. I was on the Zoom with one of our superstars, one of our superstar couples, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts yesterday, Miss Roberts yesterday, and we were talking about how just big this is right now because we've never been first to a party. We've had success in a lot of different companies, but we've never been first to the party. And she really she made a big statement when we were on the Zoom, and she was saying, hey, you all think about this. Think about coming to a big party. And I know we've all got dressed up for parties before. You ever went to a big party and you're the first one there and you like, wow, nobody's here yet. Okay, I gotta come back out because it's nobody here yet. I want people to see my outfit. And this is like one of those big moments where nobody's really here at the party, but you're glad nobody's here at the party because you can actually really take advantage and be one of the pioneers of Think Energy. So I'm just excited. I'm ready to go to work, and it's just go time. It's just game time. So I'm looking forward to many people having a lot of success. I'm looking forward to many people winning the trip. That's something that's very exciting. Looking forward to going regional director and put my head down this month and making that happen, because again, with the promotions, the double money, the double points, it's just no reason why magic can't happen this month. And so I'm excited, Big John. I thank you.
Well, welcome, Milton. And Milton, is there a chance that you can give Kirk Coran some dress up tips, like how you get dressed up to the nines? I mean, look at this. 2 leaders. Kirk's got his fishing cap on with a hooded sweatshirt, and you're dressed to the nines, brother. But we appreciate you, and I want to have the other co-hosts welcome you before we get on to the content. So, Kirk?
Absolutely. Well, welcome to the Morning Mojo, Milton. Glad to have you on here. As John said, you always get me fired up too. Congratulations to Bella, of course. Guys, listen, I said it last night and I'll say it again. Obviously, the money on the table is nice, but I think even bigger than the money is the points they're given for these electricity customers. and what they're doing with community solar, that anybody who's looking to promote in this business, if you can't do it in the month of March or month of June, I'm sorry, I don't know what's holding you back. I mean, honestly, this is a time right now where you can launch your business into the summer. We're not slowing down through the summer. We're going to keep pushing like we do every day, but I think there's a lot of people positioned to promote in this company right now with all the points on the table, and I don't think that should be overlooked. So I said it last night and I'll say it again. You can't do the hokey pokey here. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You've got to be all in. And, 16 months, guys, we're 16 months in this business. Ask yourself this question. If everyone did what I did, where would I be? That's what you need to ask yourself. If everyone was doing what I'm doing, where would I be? And that's the question we all think about every day. We wonder who's doing what. And we know people are doing stuff that we don't necessarily see, but we recognize when people appear. Milton being one of those examples, Julius being one of those examples. Many people on this Zoom right now are popping up as leaders in this company, and understand that you're in early enough where the corporate team, the CEO, are going to know who you are. When you're at the ground floor and you're in early, that is an important time where people know you, and that gives you more value. Over to you, Jules.
Man, it is just one of those times, one of those mornings. Bella, I got to tell you, John, I know Bella. Bella has just been incredible, humble, and to know that she hit the rank of partner. Bella, I just want to tell you that you are an example. And you're an example for what is possible in this company. And talk about being early. My last company I joined, they were 5 years old. And man, when I tell you, I feel so excited about where we're all going. It's incredible. So I know we got I got a special guest. Got him up early this morning. I think I saw a clone of him next to Kurt. Is that right? Look, guys, I know artificial intelligence is here, but you guys are taking it too far. But this morning, we got our SVP hanging out at the Monday Morning Mojo Call. At some point, we're going to be calling this the Monday Morning Millionaire Mojo Call, because I'm going to say it, and I know you guys don't like it all the time. We can't make money claims, but there are going to be people making millions of dollars with this company, and I have no doubt about it. And the man that created the comp plan, but he also makes sure that he recognizes the greatness in all of the field. And I love him because having leaders that understand the work that goes on in the field matters, right? I've been in companies where your leaders and executives don't understand the field, and Brad Tales is one of those great leaders in our company. Brad, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Julius, and thanks for those kind words. And John, don't critique me as well, buddy. I'm not looking too sharp this morning either.
You guys dress up Mondays one day for Milton. Like everybody's going to dress up.
Yeah. Milton is casting the bar pretty high, but I just got to say that Big John and yourself and Milton and Kirk hit the nail on the head. Being in now is key. With the promotions that we have, the month of June is going to be a record month. I have no doubt about it. And then let's see what we can do to keep that momentum going in July and August. And the stories facts tell, stories sell. If someone comes in and makes $1,200, $2,400, brand new people, not older people, but older people as well have the same opportunity. Those are strong stories. That'll carry those people on in those groups on for months and months and months as they build. Say, what did you do your first month? Well, that's a great question. Let's go in my back office. Holy crap! How did you do that? Well, you got that same opportunity, and that's where you're sitting today. And a lot of times, when Kirk talks about being in early or Big John or myself, it goes over most people's heads. This is what I'll say. And I'm looking at the guy there at the bottom of the screen here out in Maine. When we were out in Maine, kicking Maine off, and there were some people sitting in the front row and in that group. And I said, you guys don't understand. This is our first roadshow. This is our first launch. This is our first location. There's people sitting in this room here that are going to be massive leaders in our company, whether you like it or not. And a couple people came up after and said, well, you know, it felt like you were talking to me, and I was talking to you. And it felt like you were talking to me. I was talking to you. And I don't know, you know, I've never done this before, or not. Well, regardless, I know what you've got inside you. You're just positioned perfectly. And lo and behold, 16 months later, they are some of the top leaders in our company, some of the top people in our company. And the same thing is possible for every single person on this phone. Our biggest years, you guys get this, is going to be 3, 4, and 5. When some of the top leaders from other companies who were denying Think Plus for year after year after year. There's people in the business right now that I called a year and a half ago that are just joining today. Not because I called them, not because Big John called them, not because Julius called them, not because Kurt, because someone they know that's been in their organization for 20 plus years previously that never made more than $500 a month is making thousands of dollars a month today. And they said, if that person that I know, that I've worked with for 20 plus years is making that kind of money here, I have to join. And that's when the fun's going to start. It's fun right now, no doubt about it. The promotions we have this month, thanks Michael Falquist for putting those together. And it's absolutely crazy. We're going to change some serious people's lives this month. Brand new people and people that have been sitting on the sideline. Do not live in a world of regret. You will regret this. Trust me, I've met thousands and thousands of people over my 35-year career who've come up to me in years 3, 4, 5 saying, Brad, I was with you there when you had 50 people on a call, 25 people in a room. And I said, no, or I'm going to think about it, or I'm going to do the hokey pokey, like Kirk said, put one foot in and one foot out. Do not live in regret, folks, because that's the worst place you can be. I'm telling you, I would not make this statement if I did not believe it 150%. We are going to be a $1 billion company, $1 billion company. And Mike Karczewski does a great job of going over the stats when we bring in this many community solar customers and this, how much in commissions we're going to be paying. When we start paying some of the commissions that I know we're going to be paying because I've paid them before, with lesser compensation plans and crappier products, right? It's game over. It's game over for every single one of us on this call, if you want it to be. And again, if you don't want, you know, if you just want an extra $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, whatever that is, $50,000 a month, $500,000 a month, and people say, oh, no one's going to make $500,000 a month. There's people in the room that I was in last week that'll have 30,000 people joining 30,000 customers coming in their group in a month. Not total, in a month. How do I know that? Because we've done it before, like I said, with crappy products and a crappy compensation plan. So get ready for the ride of your life, folks. Please be one of those people that see the opportunity and say, you know what? I believe John. I'm going to, like Bella. Congratulations to you, Bella. Unbelievable. You and Nick are unbelievable. I love talking to you guys almost on a daily basis. Unbelievable what you were able to do. And I laughed when Kurt says she wanted to quit 15 times within her first, 45, 60 days. And I know that because I had some of those calls with her because she didn't see it or whatever. And she stuck with it and was able to hit partner. We got the guy right next door to me right here that's going to hit partner this month. There's no doubt about it with everything we've got. We've got partner. Big John's going to hit partner this month. There's no doubt about it. There's many people here on the call that are going to hit, senior director, regional director, and make thousands and thousands of dollars. And again, if you understand the comp plan, like Big John said, I'm not going to tell you anything that's not going to benefit you, because if it doesn't benefit you, it's not going to benefit me or Big John, and being part of the upline. So folks, I'm blessed. And I've said this before, and again, this doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but the leadership that we have in this company at this stage, forget about 16 months ago, at that stage as well, I've never seen anything like it. The leaders that we have in this company at this stage, we should be a 6-7-year-old company to have this many quality leaders. Not 16 months, 6-7-year-old company to have as many leaders that we do in this company at this time. So again, that's just a prelude to what's going to happen in the future. There's no question about it. So I appreciate all of you for having the Monday Mojos, all the leadership that you're doing, for always being there for your teams. That speaks volumes. And again, these promotions this month, folks, let's blow this. Here's my goal. Let's blow this month up so bad, so big and so bad that when we have a discussion later on this month of what are we going to do in July, it's like, I don't know, it seemed to work in June. let's do something just as crazy in the month of July. Let's do something just as crazy in the month of August. And we come out of August, June, July, and August with smoking momentum, folks. It's game over. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm going to
Thanks
turn
for
it back.
hopping on, Brad. Thanks for hopping on. What I want to end the call. I want a couple nuggets from each one of the leaders on the host, each one of the hosts. I want a couple nuggets. Like, what does it take for the average person? We know it takes mindset. We know it takes drive, determination, right? We know it takes that, but why are so many people blowing this up? And yet there's some people that have so much potential. And I hate using that word because we all have potential, but there's a lot of special people that are stuck, and they're stuck. And sometimes I like to try to find out what's holding them back. Because that's where the pain point comes from. There's so many special people I have in my business that I love. I want it actually more than they want it at this present time. There's some people that make a shift and start running, right? And I tell them, go for the no's. I love getting no's, right? Because I know I'm that close to the next yes. And I don't want to drag nobody. We can't drag nobody in this business. I think persistency and plugging in like you're all doing here this morning and just going after it, creating your story, going to get customers, and just show other people how to do the same thing. So, Kirk, we're going to get a couple nuggets from you, from Julius, from the Magic Man, and the Magic Man's going to close us out. So take it away, Kirk.
All right. Well, first thing I would tell everyone on here is, you know, don't get vested in the outcome of what you're doing as far as you're sharing this opportunity with people. Our goal is to get it in front of as many people as we can and let them make a decision for themselves. But as Brad said, you know, you don't want to live with regret. The worst feeling in the world is getting on a Zoom or showing up at a live meeting and somebody that was on your list is there with somebody else because you were worried about what they were going to think about what you're doing. You know, if you believe in this, like I do, like John does, like Julius does, like Milton does, like all these leaders on here do, I don't care what anyone thinks about what I'm doing. I know where this is going and I know how big it is. So don't get vested in what people think. That would be one of them. And the other one is, I said it earlier, you know, if people were doing what you were doing with this business, where would you be? That's something you need to ask yourself, because if you're not doing enough, now's the time. What are you waiting for? There's nobody that's rising through the ranks that has any advantage over anyone else in this company. We're all equal here. It's just a matter of doing instead of talking. And like I said, I don't care what anybody thinks about what I'm doing. I've had people ridicule me. I've had people laugh at me. You know, I'll leave you with this story. In my last company, I did very well. I walked into the firehouse with a sweatshirt on with the name of the company, and my fire chief said, don't wear that in here. I said, I'll buy this place. That's what I told. So, you know, when you believe like I believe, you're unstoppable. And that's how I highly recommend people move forward. Over to you, Jules.
You know, it's so many powerful nuggets based on the examples. You know, this morning I want to share with you guys our Zoom call. You know, I pushed it up to 500, and then I think we dropped down to 100 last week or whatever. And so I got people texting me like, I can't get in. And the message I want to leave today is that be first to the party. Be first to the party. You're here. And if you're going to be here, I always believe is that you do things for two things, pain or pleasure. So everybody wants to feel what Bellas feels today. Everybody wants to feel what Big John and Kirk and everybody's going to feel. Everybody wants to know what it's like to be at the top. But you got to charge forward. And I'll leave you with a couple of quotes from a book I just finished reading again called Rhinoceros Success. I'm going to be doing a book club this month and probably drop nuggets on the Mojo call. But the skin of a rhinoceros is just hard as steel. They charge, they don't procrastinate. They just do it. The rhinoceros doesn't give up. It keeps charging regardless of the obstacles. But here's the thing is that we don't really have obstacles, guys. The comp plan, the one thing about we say on our presentation is that the compensation plan is not guaranteed, but it's actually, we're giving you the choice. Brad Tales is going to make sure it pays out the way it's supposed to pay out. The company's going to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. But this is the first time you talk about having control of your life. This is it's predictable. So I want you to go into the week and go into the month, understanding you got 100% control of what your tomorrow can look like. No excuses. Fight past the obstacles and be relentless at getting better. Relentless at getting better every single day. If you have 5 people on the call tonight, get 10 tomorrow. If you have 10 tomorrow, get 15 the next day. And Kirk said it, we don't have to sell anything. Let people see it and they'll make the decision. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, my new partner, new host, Mr. Milton Magic Man Burke, AKA the General.
Thank you again, everyone. Again, shout out to you, Julius, and Big John, and Kirk, and Brad. I'm excited, and I just want to leave you all with this as we get ready to close. Is opportunities are never passed up; they're just passed on to other people. You have to understand that, and you have to be willing to go through the process. And what really hit me when I heard Big John say we're going to leave some nuggets, and I'm not going to be long. I'm going to take about 2 more minutes, and I'm going to be done. I went to my phone, and I remembered a speech I gave in front of our last company that Kirk was talking about in front of about 20,000 people. And it talks about the process. And I want to read this to you all if it's okay, because I believe that this is going to help someone really understand why it's important to go through the process. So I'm going to read this and then I'm going to be done. So let's go. Last week, my uncle sent me a TD Jakes sermon, which led me to one of the most powerful messages I had ever heard in my life, entitled Start Deleting Your Distractions. Many of us are not successful today because we have too many distractions. Either we're distracted by television, social media, relationship issues, and believe it or not, many of us get distracted by others' successes. In order for you to become successful in Think Energy and in life, you must learn to focus by deleting your distractions. As we look at and admire our top earners, Big John, Bella, Kirk, and all the other top leaders in Think Energy, we aspire to be like them and try to emulate them in order to also become successful. However, when it doesn't happen as quickly for us as we feel it happened for them, we become discouraged. And the reason this happens is because we fell in love with success versus process. But what we must realize is that even our top earners didn't get to where they are overnight. It was a process. And I challenge everyone here today to focus on the process, because if you fall in love with the process, success will come by default. Now, what is the process? The process is the practice. It's the rehearsal. You know, that boring time in which no one is patting you on your back or encouraging you or cheering for you. But the promotion is like the Super Bowl. It's that big event in which everyone is clapping for you and everyone is cheering for you. But how many players do you think actually played in the Super Bowl without showing up for practice? Well, just as you can't play in the Super Bowl without practicing, you also can't be successful in Think Energy if you don't make the practice. I too had to go through my process before I got to where I am today. I remember my first event in 2015. No one knew who I was. I sat right up there in that corner by myself. However, I appreciated where I was and understood that I was currently in a rehearsal/practice stage in my Think Energy career. And that at that time, I wasn't going to get the accolades that others were getting because I hadn't yet gone through the process. However, that didn't mean that it wasn't meant for me to achieve the same awards. It just meant I had to go through the process before I could be promoted. In life, Whatever you're practicing for, that's what's going to give itself back to you. If you're practicing for Think Energy is going to give itself back to you. I remember when I used to bring my tablet everywhere I went and practice the Think presentation, and I would talk to myself, and my family and friends would look at me like I was crazy. But as I look back on those days, I realized I was just practicing for my promotion. I didn't know that soon I would be traveling all over the world and speaking and giving presentations. I didn't know that I would be asked to share the stage with Michael Falkes and all the leaders in Think Energy. I just simply embraced the process, and the promotion came by default. This is why you never compromise the rehearsal for the recital, because the reality is, if there's no rehearsal time, there will be no recital. Everything you are going to ever be in Think Energy, you already are in another form. As TD Jakes said, you are the acorn of an oak tree. An oak tree starts off as a small nut and has the same ingredients. It's just in a different form. And even though it doesn't look like a tree, if you water it, you give it enough sunlight and allow for it to go through the process, sooner or later, it will become that oak tree. Because being an acorn is a temporary situation. That acorn represents many of our Think Energy careers today, as we all begin as acorns. But water that acorn, give it enough sunlight, and take care of it as if it already is that oak tree you know it will become. Because where you are today in Think Energy is only a temporary situation. And before you can dream about tomorrow, you must appreciate where you are and who you are today. So don't fall in love with the fact that we're standing up here right now, but fall in love with the fact that not long ago, we were standing back there. And if you don't remember anything else I've said, remember to practice and embrace the process, because if you do just that, success is on the way. So that just was on my heart to leave you all with that speech I did. That was over, 10 years ago. I was 25 in front of 20,000 people. And you all have a great one. Thank you so much.
God made the universe, knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, running through the neighborhood, living in the present, I woulda, shoulda, or coulda. I remember back when I was low as a rock.
Absolutely amazing.
Look at what my father does, turning all things new.
Thank you.
Skies blue, hear the church say, won't he do it? Won't he drop my bed?